All right, glory to God. Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to a Spiritual Warriors Table. I am your host, Bishop Kenneth L.S.G. Pearman. I got all my initials in there this morning. Good morning to you. Welcome to this broadcast. Grand risings to you. It is November the 23rd. I'm just excited about that. We are making it closer to our Thanksgiving season, but we're thankful every day of our lives. I'm not going to go into the history of Thanksgiving because it would not be a good one, but because we know that we're thankful for what God has done in our lives every day. We're not just sitting here making one day, a particular day of Thanksgiving, like we are just these people that come in and it was so peaceful. We are declaring peace. We're declaring in our family that we're going to be thankful on this day. We're coming together to just say, look, God has blessed us. We've come through a lot. Let us get together. Hopefully we can put aside some things and sit down at the table and find some reasoning to have some joy and some peace. I start off by saying, I know some of you already said where you're not going and where you're going. And only you know, because sometimes we have people in our families that drive us almost insane, and we got that one that does a lot of things. But if you do go and you find yourself in this place where people are extra, as we say, hey, just go and stay for a moment or two and sit with those that you can celebrate with. And when the time comes, just get ready to dismiss yourself very nicely. Say, hey, it was nice visiting everybody. I'm glad I stopped by. Oh, you didn't get to stay to eat the dessert. You said, well, yeah, that may be true, but I'm going to go now. I'm going to get home, got some things to do. And just dismiss yourself very nicely from the group and go on about your business. I want to encourage you with that. And those of you that are traveling, I've already prayed for you that you would have safe travels to and from and a good gathering when you get there, and that you will minister to those that you need to minister to, and also be able to enjoy the trip. Remember, if you're going away, make sure that you enjoy the trip. It's nice that you're going to minister, and you'll be glad that you were able to witness to someone and have a ministry going. But remember also, it is for you to enjoy the trip. Don't just go, I'm going to Mount Daddy to get some souls saved. No, I want to go and enjoy what God has for me. Witnessing, I may pray for some people, but I'm also going to enjoy my family. All right, let them see the you. All right, Sharon Fritz, Salt Lake City. T, Bountiful, Texas. Oh Lord, I said Bountiful, Texas. Bountiful, Utah. All right. All right. And then we have Betty Carter and Auntie. She's she's in another part of Jersey right about now. But Auntie Betty Carter, I got it all in. Certainly to all of you in here today, I'm so glad that you're on. And I want to get you ready for what God has for us today. You don't want to miss the service this morning. Tune in. Don't miss it. Come on in. Share the page with someone else. You're going to find that God is doing some terrific things and is blessing us right now. So good morning to all. I just am so grateful today. I keep saying it because it is a great day to be alive. I know that there are some things that are happening and you want to be a part of what God is doing. Now, let me get this together. Wait a minute. We have been working hard on keeping up with what God is doing, and He is saying it's a time to rebuild and refill. Yesterday was a day of refilling, and today is a day about rebuilding. That's what it was about. So day 17, we are on day 18. I got you, Wortham. I kept up with it. Okay, good morning to all of you on there. We are overcomers today, and I want to make sure I take time to get in here. I want to talk about when God restores the ruins and refreshes the builder, because many of us He's restoring and others He's refreshing. And I got to take a sip of this here. Don't forget to breathe. And while you're at it, people, don't forget to get your cups for Christmas. Share them with someone else. Give them as a gift. Oh, yeah. This is good, too. I ran out of cherry almond, black cherry almond, so I can't sing my song. Oh, but at any rate, it is good to uh, to be able to share your cup with someone else. And it reminds us, don't forget to breathe. I keep things around me constantly that remind me, I gotta remember to breathe. You're not going down, you're going up. You bring value to yourself. You give value to you. Those are things that are very important to have. It's going to keep you going. I don't care. I keep things where I can read around me that's going to keep me ever encouraged. And so I want you to understand the power of what God is doing. Now, right here, I'm going to make people laugh. They're going to say, what are you going to do? I want you to begin to share your page this morning with someone, because some of you are walking around with a smile on your face and rubble in your soul. Yeah, you said, I brought all that in at one time. I got you. You kept showing up, but something inside of you kept collapsing and had collapsed quietly. You know, because Sonia may be on here. I know she don't like the bell. That's why I do it. Okay, and guess what? We're in order. I got this. I'm so glad I got my gavel. I got something else coming too. I ain't going to tell you all about that. But anyway, can you imagine how some of us have been? And it always starts with me also. It really does. Some of us have been walking around with a smile on our face and rubble in our souls because we kept showing up. And this is what I like about the broadcast. We can be honest about some things. We kept showing up, but something inside of us had already collapsed quietly. It collapsed quietly. And life broke things, you know, that you didn't even know you could break. You know, think about it. Life broke things you didn't know could break. And people walked away and took pieces of you with them. Can I pause? I need someone that really wants to hear this today, because you said, wow, I need this piece. Just hearing this little bit, I need it, to respond by saying, keep going. Because this is very deep, people. It's really, really deep. And yeah. Yeah. But in order for God to be the repairer of the breach of the inner man, thank you, Powell. Wow. Thank you, Chapman. You got to be able to tell yourself the truth. And this is how he repairs us. So, since we recognize life has broken down things that we didn't know could break, and how people have walked away, I got to get it together. Wait a minute. We. And those of you who are leaders, parents, uh, wives, husbands, friends, you would really understand this. Ooh. People walked away and took pieces of us with them. I hope Leah Lead is on here today. If she is, I'm going to pray that she get a chance to listen to this. I'm hoping that some others can get on. Uh, it's a personal thing for me, as well as it is a corporately personal thing, because I feel some of you, when I talk about this, people literally walked away and took pieces of us with them. And that's being very truthful, people, when we tell the truth. Okay, pressure cracked our confidence, and disappointment made our dreams feel old. this is that time when you want people, you wish you could hear people just say, "Oh my God, Pastor, you're so, thank you." Corinne hit it right on there, on point. Thank you so much, Corinne. Thank you for that. Uh, and that read says, "Whoa, okay." Great said, "On point." Thank you for that. Okay. Um, Lewis says, "On point." You know, so here we are. But here is the word of the Lord right here. God is not intimidated by the ruins. And he specializes in rebuilding what hell tried to destroy. And I got to lift my hands and say, thank you, Jesus. So if you need me to say this again or repeat it, just, put in there, repeat, because I will. And I'll give you a chance before I move to the next thing, because this is so rich. Sheikah need to be on here for this. I pray that they get on. Oh God. Mm, mm, mm. I want to get, somebody may say repeat, so I want to make sure I give them a chance. And okay, thank you, Betty Smith. I'm going to follow it through. So I want to do this again because it's very important for us, because it represents us. Thank you, Chapman, for that. Again, some of us are walking around with a smile on our face and rubble in our soul, and we kept showing up. We just kept showing up, but something inside of us collapsed quietly, not with noise, not with a lot of friction, but quietly. Okay? And life broke things we didn't know could be broken. Didn't even know it could break. Yeah, that's why I said life broke things we didn't know could break. Okay. And people walked away and took pieces of us with them. And pressure cracked our confidence. The pressure cracked our confidence. And I'm speaking from that great place of people say, oh, you're a leader, you're an apostle, you're a prophet, you're a bishop, you're all these things. But I'm a human being. And these things happen from the top to the bottom. And disappointment made our dreams feel old and useless. Okay, but here is the word of the Lord. God is not intimidated by the ruins. He's never been intimidated by the ruins, people. He specializes in rebuilding what hell destroyed. God is saying, I know what is broke. I know what broke, and I know how to rebuild it. And God is saying, after I rebuild you, I will refill you, because I won't send you back into destiny empty. Here is the thing and I love how he spoke to me about that. He said, today isn't just repair. Today isn't just restoration. Today isn't just survival. Today is renewal. Do you feel that? It just gave us that hope. Today is the day. This is the day the ruins start rising. This is the builder, and the builder starts breathing again. Don't forget, people, to breathe. Oh my God, do you hear what I'm saying? Again, today is the day that the ruins start rising and the builder starts breathing all over again. Why? Because when you look at what God is doing, I want to welcome you from your day 17 into your brand new day of 18. Listen, day 16, God strengthened us from the inside. Day 17, God rebuilt what was broken. That's what he was doing. And now I understand why I was going through what was happening to me on yesterday. And day 18, here we are. God is replenishing what's been drained. Oh, let's get to this here today. So God is restoring right now what was damaged, what was damaged, delayed, or destroyed. Jeremiah 30 verse 17 said, I will restore health to you. We got to recognize that. When I was dealing with the part of the rebuilder of the breach, the repair of the breach, this is one of the only men I know of. Nehemiah was called to repair the repairer of the breach. He did this in 52 days. And we're on a journey to let God do something supernatural in our lives for the next 52 days, or what's left of 52 days. And therefore, Isaiah 58 verse 12 says, and they shall be of these, and let me read it again, and they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places. Thou shalt raise up the foundations of many generations, and thou shalt be called the repairer of the breach, the restorer of paths to dwell in. Isaiah 58 verse 12. Had to slow myself down. I was becoming very, very excited. So as God is blessing us, and he says, look, rebuilding is God's response to ruin. Those things that are in ruin. You may have walked through loss, but loss does not get the final word. You may have walked through the loss, but the loss does not get the final word. Can I get somebody to just say amen? You may have walked through the loss of whatever it is, but the loss does not get the final word. Ruin is a season, not a sentence. The ruins are for a season, but it's not a sentence of a lifetime. God, I want to just jump up. I just want to just jump up, I'm telling you. And so therefore, when he says, what does God want to rebuild for you? He says, look, trust after betrayal. That's what he wants to be rebuild for you. Joy after grief, peace after trauma, and love after disappointment. That's what he chooses to rebuild after you've gone through some of the things that you've gone through. He's rebuilding our identity, who you are versus what happened to you. Can I get a witness? Calling versus condemnation, and sonship versus shame. That's who he's rebuilding, and the identity he's rebuilding in some of us. Rebuilding our relationships, marriages, family, unity, friendships, church, trust, and then fathers and children's bonds. Can I go on? Yes, I will. Rebuilding our purpose. And this is, look, I want to say this. This is for us as leaders, pastors, apostles, giants in the Lord. I want people to get that, because some of you and intercessors, you got to really get this. He has to repair these breaches in us because we minister to so many people. We're called to nations, communities, governments, school systems, families, businesses. So when he's rebuilding our purpose, our dreams deferred, ministries delayed, gifts that went dormant, and visions you buried. We buried our visions. Our gifts went and they lie dormant in us, and ministries that have been delayed, and our dreams that were deferred. When we hear stuff like this, I know what the Lord is saying, and I hear the shepherdess, Elder Powell, always saying to me, "This is your day, brother. Take advantage of it." I hear the same thing when I'm encouraging the church. I'm always thinking about the pastors that I saw at the Shift conference. And when I close my eyes, I can see all of them. And I don't care what grieving they've been through, emotional struggles they may have gone through during the shift. And now we're at the switch, and there's some other things that took place. I keep praying for them because after they left that shift conference, there's something else that has got to have taken place. There's nothing but an upward going and a leveling and then another upward going and being able to switch through grief, switch through emotional struggle. I know I said that really powerful. There's some things I never stop praying for them. I can see them. They're in my prayers when I say every day and night, because I know what God was speaking over that group of people, that powerful group of men and women. I can't forget it. And every time I talk to Apostle Davis, I'm saying, I keep praying for him. And you know, he got that little laugh. He said, "Oh, Pastor Pearman, Bishop Pearman." And because I realize what God is doing with pastors throughout the earth. And then I'm not the only one. So when I hear that rebuilding purpose, many of our leaders, God is rebuilding their purpose and he's rebuilding their finances, financial discipline, stewardship, hope after setbacks, and wisdom for rebuilding wealth. That's for all of us. And those of you that are on here today, I pray this is making great sense. And when I just did that segment right there, that one financial segment, when I was telling you about your tithing, yourself being the first tithe, your time, your sharing with others some tithing time, and your finances. As you're lining those things up, you will see that God is going to give you financial discipline, stewardship, and hope after the setback, and wisdom for rebuilding wealth. If you know that's a part of your life, put a 52 in. Now, some people are not going to get this. They don't want it. They don't. Whenever it comes to finances, they shut down. They automatically shut down. But when you think about it, if you're making $350 and all you got to do is pay, I'm just going to use the 300, is 30 out of your 350. Okay. I'm just going to say it because God is moving in us. Because we will stay stuck on 5, 2, and 10. When it's time to give, we don't even trust God to say, I'll trust him. Let me trust him for that 100. Every time we have a service in the church, I said, I ask you to bring that extra 20. And they'll laugh. And I said, I didn't go to McDonald's. I didn't get my chicken nuggets with hot mustard sauce. Because I realize I can put that aside because I want to have that to give in church. I know that sounds ridiculous to do, but what happened was when he gave me financial discipline and stewardship, I began to see where I had it to give. I just had to stop that day and not have them chicken nuggets. And Kenneth Pearman, you're gonna be held in court if you do it or keep spinning like that. I'm gonna get a sentence on myself, okay? But I'm trying to share with you what happens when you really sit back and see. Sometimes you got to take it from the top. I have to take my tithe from the top because if I don't, I know what happens. I told you our government loves us so much, they take everything from the top. They say, I'll help you. I'll take your taxes and everything for you. Don't worry, I'll take it for you. You don't have to worry about paying it. I know it's rough. You may forget. I'll do it for you. So I want to encourage you with that. Right there is something that God is doing for us. So what the enemy broke in years, listen, what the enemy broke in years, God can rebuild in a season, in these 52 days. I'm sharing that with you right now. I want you to do me a favor. Everybody that can, all I want you to do is sow $3 right here. Just take the time to put $3 in. Just get your three. Just sow three. If you can sow real quick and go back, do it. Just do it. Three, 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 three. You say that's my offering. No, just sow three. Just sow three. Three. Watch what happens. So what the enemy broke in years, God can rebuild in a season. What the enemy broke in years, God can restore in a season. So he's rebuilding touches in every group, people. Yeah, thank you. I see people doing it. Just go three. Just go three, 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 three. Just do it. Just do it. Three. Yeah, boom, 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 boom. Somebody laughing. It's what? All you're doing is sewing three. That's all you're doing. Three, 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 three. Just doing it. So when he says, what the enemy has broke in years, God can rebuild in a season, and that he's rebuilding touches in every group. So when men look at what God is doing, God rebuilds courage, leadership, and spiritual backbone because we need it. Men need a lot of courage. We need a lot of strength. We need a lot of spiritual backbone in order to stand up against the wiles of the enemy, because we oftentimes suffer in silence. Oftentimes we don't say everything we want to say. He's rebuilding and touching women. He's rebuilding the touches for women. God rebuilds confidence, voice, and emotional wholeness, because many times women feel like they don't have a voice. Their confidence is often taken, and he has to rebuild their emotional wholeness. That's it. Right there. When he says, I want to rebuild the touch, I want to give you back your confidence. I want to give you a stronger voice. I want to rebuild your emotional wholeness. Men, I want to give you the courage to have that roar when it goes through the wilderness and the jungle, as we may say, of life. They got to hear it. The leadership that you would take and stand, and the spiritual backbone to be able to pray yourself through. For our youth, God wants to rebuild identity, purity, hope, and purpose. They have a purpose in this world. They have hope that they can make it work, and the trust to knowing that God can do it. The identity, that purity of thought. You know, when we were younger, there was nothing we thought we could not do. As we got older, our lives became more contaminated. Yeah. Boy, oh boy, this is getting better and better. And so when he says to the family, God rebuilds altars of trust, love, and legacy. The altars, where are the grandmothers, the grandfathers, the teaching the daughters and the sons how to build altars of prayer within their family, having a structured prayer in the family, and learning how to trust each other again as well as they trust God, and a love that comes up. I may not like what you're doing, but I still love you. I'm still praying for you. And to build a living legacy before them. Right now, I'm dealing with a family that all have graduated. They all have graduated, and I'm watching them take their pictures with their caps and gown. And I'm so excited about that, because they can show from one generation to the next. And if one that did not make it, I have another group of telling people that if you did not get your cap and gown because you were not able to walk across the stage, but nevertheless you got your diploma or however it went, then you make your next generation, tell them how proud you would be to see them get their cap and gown. It shows legacy. The light things in life. And you know, I'm encouraging you people. Thank you all for still sowing your three. There's something that God is doing, even in this, that out of the obedience of just doing. So when he says, look, I'm rebuilding altars, I'm fixing it now. I'm touching hearts in this, that even in churches, I rebuild unity, mission, fire, and structure. I know that's what God is doing with me, and I'm excited about it, and I have to stay calm. I have to relax in what he's doing. I encourage every leader, every pastor, apostle, to just try to relax as much as you can as God is rebuilding the unity within the group. Sometimes people have caused such disunity. Sometimes we've caused the disunity. But however it's come, allow God as he rebuilds the unity, the mission, the fire that's come back, And notice some people don't like the fire. They love it when it's just smoke signals because it gives them something to talk about. As he's rebuilding structure, and remember, everybody doesn't like structure. Wow, this is getting really good, people. Let's go on here. And so, as you're doing that, he said, I'm doing it for your businesses. I rebuild vision for your business, strategy for your business, integrity for your business, favor for your business. Look, this is good stuff. The moment of hope has arrived now. Nehemiah didn't rebuild with perfect people. He rebuilt with willing people. Are you willing? Here's the question to everybody on here. Are you willing? 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 And you can only answer that. It should be a yes if you're willing. If you're willing, that's who God uses. He's not waiting on you to become perfect to do these things. He said, I'm looking for someone willing to allow me to come in and repair the breach from the inside out, and then I can restore these things to them. You don't need to be flawless to rebuild. You just need to show up with faith. And how many people do I have on here that's willing to show up with your faith with me that we can get the job done? If this is the truth again, I'm going to ask you to put in a 47. Why 47? Because he's going to manifest himself, you're going to complete it, and the God of the 11th hour is going to always step in just in time. We're going to work this together. I mean, I'm working with pastors. Look, you just don't know. We need each other. I have a book by is it on here? No, this is not the one. I put it in my bag, and I don't have my bag with me right now. But the book is from Apostle Seth Crosby on grieving, and a very powerful book, very, very powerful. And of course, people always say you always promote other people's things. I sure do. Um, I sure do. And it's a very powerful book, and he teaches it. It's in my bag because I try to carry stuff with me when I'm talking about it. I got everybody's book, Shannon's, Rochelle Lee's. I got hers. Uh, yeah, but he has a book on grieving, the process, and it's a very, very good book. It's a good read too, and it helps. It helps you even if you're not grieving now. It helps you to go back over some things in your life to get you through. And so it's like if you show up when you read his book, it's like if you show up while you're reading, you can't get nothing. You can't help but get help. If you show up, God is going to take the time to help you rebuild whatever you got. That's all I'm saying. I'm so glad to see a lot of 47s popping up over here. Okay, so the transitioning starts today. We're in this transition point. Now, here's the truth about it. Rebuilding is holy. It's holy, but it's heavy. Okay, rebuilding may be holy. It is holy because you're sanctifying yourself, consecrating yourself, but it's also heavy. And God never expects you to rebuild on empty, people. So after rebuilding comes replenishing. And so as we talked about, day 17 is the repair of the wall, but day 18 restores the worker. So as he repairing the wall, he got to restore you and I, the worker. That's why I'm into this, and I got to get ready to close soon. I'll tell you, and right now, I need you to put all those thumbs up. I need you to put the thumbs up right here. Take the time, put those thumbs up, hit that like button for me really quick. I need you to do that, everybody, and I need you to share. Now, I'm going to get it from the producer. How many people will do that? Okay, I'm doing good. Okay, and he's going to let me know how to do it. And Facebook, I know you all can share a lot more, so just hit that share button, that like button real quick right now, if you would, so we can get that going, because today is the day of replenishing. Now, when we get to church today, I don't know how God is going to move, but he's going to move very much supernaturally. It's a replenishing day. God restores what life drained from you. So all of you that's in the area that can be in the church, you feel drained, you need to be there. You get ready to go into this Thanksgiving season, you're about to travel. You don't leave out until like Tuesday, you may be leaving late this evening. Get to the storehouse, get what God has for you to be replenished. If you're coming in from service, you say, look, I need to hear what this man got to say. I'm going to be on that broadcast at 11 a.m. and I'm going to be on it because I need to be replenished. Get to the house. But those of you that can be there, don't miss it. Now, I want to encourage you. You know, some of you are watching, say, I'm coming in about the time I think he's going to be doing this, that, and the other. You don't know when the Holy Spirit is going to fall, and there's going to be a locking of hands or a transferring of some things that's going to take place. So try to be there if you can. I'm praying for those who can. I'm praying for some people that are removing and stuff, praying that God keep them and stuff, all those things that are going on. I'm just grateful for God meeting their needs as he's moving things around. So, you know, start hitting those like buttons if you would real quick, and share. Share. It's very important to hit that share. All right. So when God restores what is drained from your life, according to Joel 2:25, and I will restore the years. I want to start for that. I will restore the years, and he's doing that. That's what I felt for the people that were at the Shift Conference in general, and then for those pastors. It's like and let me tell you something that I like, and I want to encourage you, you that are prophetic and you see so much, I'm going to go tell everybody. You can't tell everybody nothing. When you're in someone else's ministry, which I enjoy being in someone else's ministry, I get to sit back and do absolutely nada, but I was on assignment there. You're able to sit and be able to see what it is, write it down, and pray from your seat. But I could see what God was saying about them. And he said, I want to restore the years, the wasted years. Now, some of them may have just gotten their churches going, but there were times there were spots that they wasted, that when they got to opening up their churches, they couldn't get as far as they wanted to because they wasted a spot. God said, I'm restoring those years. It was so much going on in that conference. If you didn't get the chance to look at the Shift Conference, let me take a drink. Go back and look at, I think it was October the 7th through the 9th or the 9th, 10th. One of those, it's in October, but go to Refresh Church under Apostle Stephen Davis, and they probably have different snippets of it on there for the Shift Conference. I encourage you to go. Now, some of y'all get upset when you talk about other people's conference, but I'm not ashamed. It was good, and that's all there was to it. We get ready for Elevate 2.0 in Stockbridge, Georgia, with Bishop Richard Leapart. That's in January, the middle part of January. I got to get my dates together. But then I'm going to put this out there. Now, we talked about Shift, and we done talked about Elevation that's coming up. But don't forget the mountains, July the 9th, 10th, and 11th in the Pocono Mountains for Prayer on the Mount, July 9th, 10th, and 11th. I think that's it. It should be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We check out of here on Saturday. All right, let's get back to this. So he's going to restore the years. And so replenishing is refilling what the warfare emptied. Some of you all have been in warfare, and life can drain emotional energy, spiritual hunger, mental clarity. That's what it does. Physical strength and the desire to believe again. That's what happens when you've been in spiritual warfare. So when you all say, I don't know why I feel like this is what's happening to me, I'm letting you know right now. Let me see how many people got on here. All right. Okay. Well, we could do better on our shares. Come on YouTube, on Facebook and YouTube. I wish you could have did a couple more likes, but that's okay. I'm glad that you were able to do some. That's what I want to celebrate. So when you've been in warfare, your emotional energy drain, mental clarity is gone, Spiritual hunger, it seems to leave you. Physical strength is gone, and there is the desire to believe again for something else. It all seems to go, and you're beating yourself up saying, I guess I'm failing. No, you've been in warfare. But God says, I don't just, let me just get this right. The Lord is saying to us, I just don't want you standing. I want you strong. He said, I don't want you to just be standing, but I want you strong. And when he said, I want you strong, he said, look, I want to show you what I want to replenish. I want to replenish your emotional strength. Okay. I want to replenish your spiritual fire. I want to replenish your mental clarity. I want to replenish your physical strength. And I want to replenish your years and time, or your time and years. That's what he wants to do. God doesn't just give you back what you lost. He gives you back better, people. Yeah, I got it together. I'm telling you, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. And so when he does this, he's saying to you, this is what I want to do. For your family, for the men, for the women, for the youth, for the church and the ministry at large, for your business and your finances. There's so much, I just can't even get into it. So you got to make sure you get this ready. This is what God is saying. I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this. So, tomorrow will be day 20. And God has things in store for us. Now I got to get ready to go because I promised God something today. I promised him that I would take the time before I even go to take time to minister to you about you. He wants to rebuild and replenish you. And I need for you to get ready for this. I need for you to, every time the enemy says, this is not serious, you're not going to make it, you got to come back and say, oh, yes, it is. Because I feel and I can sense and I can see even the little things that are coming together. The little things. And yes, some people come in, they get overwhelmed and they back out on you. But you don't care because you're going to continue to go on. Because we got to admit sometimes we have a whole lot of stuff to get together. Sometimes it's too much for other people to handle. And be truthful about it. We just got too much. Wow. We have too much. So we have to work through it. And we can. We can. I'm not giving up on you. I refuse. I refuse. I don't care if you're looking at this at midnight. I refuse. 2 a.m, I refuse. 5 a.m, I refuse. 1 a.m, I refuse. 10 p.m, I refuse. I refuse. I'm not giving up on you because you deserve more, because God has anointed you, whether you realize it or not. You've been anointed and you were born for this. I cannot take away what happened in your life. But I can stand on this one thing. The same God that has brought you through and others even through worse than you've gone through is the same God that's going to pick you up and take you above it. And I want to say this. I know you sometimes you feel like me. I don't care about what others have gone through. What I'm going through feel like it's the worst for me right now. And I feel like the others, that's their bed. But mine is a rough one. And when you get to the point that you feel like there's no hope, it seems like there's no way out. What do I do, Bishop? We have to stand still until God's will is clear to us. And thank him that we're still able to stand. And if I'm laying down, thank him that I'm laying down. May he allow me to lay down beside lay down in green pastures. That's right. And let his rod and our staff, let it comfort us. I want to encourage you because I know there's a burden on you. And to every leader who faces those financial difficulties, those challenges with the church, with the ministry, oh my God, people will never catch it. They may not ever understand it. And how you sometimes feel like you're going broke because you're taken care of. And then you got your other co-partners telling you it ain't your responsibility, it's God, because God has already blessed them that the church is really stabilized where they're taking care of themselves. So they may have forgotten what it was to have to deal with what you're dealing with. Or they may have never had to do it because they never had to go through those doors that you're going through. So they don't understand that side of the ministry. I want to encourage you, as God has given you more spiritual discipline on finances and restructuring things and showing you and encouraging you. I'm praying for your congregants that they will catch the vision and they will see the need to be consistent in what they need to do to keep the church itself going. And although we have a lot of things happening in and on, and listen, on and on, listen, with social media and outside of social media that fight people giving and supporting, we're going to believe God, that's not going to tear people's hearts away. And because you're doing the right thing, that what God has given you to do is right, and you handle things correctly, that will come through greater than the negativity of those who have done what's wrong. I want to encourage your heart today to that one who's dealing with family, and it seems like your children are not together, and you've done everything you can to pull your family together. I'm praying for you that now you rest because you can't keep getting in the middle of it because it's got your hair falling out. And all it is they go from one blame game to the next. I believe in God that God will give you a rest in your spirit, that you only speak up when you need to. And they have to work this out on their own. And that God will give you a peace that you can go on with your life. Because when you're dead and gone, if they haven't gotten it right, they still may not get it right. But you want to know that you've already done what you can and that you're continuing to move on and allow God to let you have joy in your life. I want to encourage you. Although your heart has been broken, God is able to fix that if we allow him to. And we have got to want him to do it. So every time you empty out to that friend that God may have allowed you to empty out to, then allow God to fill it with his love, his strength, and his joy. I only encourage you today because this is what we need. And to that one, every time you come to this season of your life, the holiday seasons, it's not joy for you, it's sadness. And you try your best to make the best of it. I encourage you, you can, because you're here. And I pray that you find those that will help you to help it become a joyous season. And that you won't allow yourself to go down the same place. Because you say, every time this year comes, I know what's going to happen. I just start already getting myself prepared. Well, if it happened, like I used to say, if it happens, okay. But I'm still going to hold myself up. I tell my prayer partner, we laugh and laugh. Then we said, well, we're not going to laugh too long because somebody's going to get sick. I said, well, if they get sick, they don't have to get sick because I'm going to still keep my laughter. I had to change it around. I can't stop them from getting sick. I can't stop them from dying. I can't stop them from doing what's wrong. But I can still hold on to what God has given me. And that's what you have to do. If you want it, remember, if you want that, open yourself to it. And you'll find that sometimes we're holding on. Once it came in, we didn't know that it took up residence and started hanging pictures in there that we didn't know was sticking to us. I want to encourage you. So as we get through this week, we're going through it together. I already did one thing. The turkey is already in the refrigerator, getting ready to thaw out. Why did I say that? You do the same. Do something special. I ain't got nobody to eat with. Nobody invited me to dinner. Okay. You got a phone, got FaceTime? Get on there with somebody that's away. Your friend may not be living in your area. And you say, well, I was invited, and you decided you weren't going to go, right? They invited you, but you decided you weren't going to go. So maybe you could do a little FaceTime. Well, I'm finished right here. I pray this has blessed a lot of people on here today. If you decide that you want to give, you can. You can just follow the prompts on the bottom of your screen, and you can sow. But I believe that when we come together again, God has a great word for us. Until then, I'll see you in the sanctuary. For those that are reaching out for Jesus Christian Center, join me at 10:30 a.m. when you're going to get in the sanctuary. We're going to have a time. And then at 11 a.m., we come on live on Facebook, Facebook and YouTube Live from the sanctuary. But come on in and know that God has something in store for you. I believe God, and I'm believing God for you. And I'm standing with you because you're going to make it through. Wash your face, brush your teeth, rinse your mouth out, comb your hair all the way out. Listen, put your best hair on and put your best hair on. Put your best hair on and enjoy this day until we see each other again. Bye for now.